When you need a friend, your friend you can call Goose. He'll be right here, flying around the hoose. Yes, he will. His name is Goose. He's singing along to synthwave, royalty-free background music. Because he's getting ready to stream. And he wanted to listen to something in the background that sounded pretty nice, except for the same Nordic and Celtic stuff he'd been listening to before. And this reminds him of all the 80s stuff that he used to listen to when he was a teenager. And this is worthy of Goose's subconscious attention while he sets up the stream. That's right, he's setting up the stream. He's speaking about himself in the third person in a narrative quality. Because that's how he keeps his mind focused on the task at hand. Yes, we'll be starting soon. I don't know where we're at in the songs. I don't know if it's about to end or start over. That's right, I'm just riffing and trying to guess where the direction of the song's going to go while it happens. And it's over, I guess. Or, this is the bridge? Perhaps? Nope, it's over, it's over, it's over. That's fine, the song's over. We'll be officially starting soon. It's 10:58, so give me that last 2 minutes to finish up my stuff. I'm enjoying this synthwave. You ever seen the show Workaholics? You'd know kind of where my humor's coming from with this, because they kind of did the same thing on that show. It's pretty funny. When you need me, I'll be there, 'cause we're best friends. That was the song that they sang. And it was good. It's hilarious. I'm pretty sure they got it from a movie called, what is it? I forget what, Miami Ninja? I forget what it was. But it was a movie that depicted ninjas that rode on motorcycles. Ninja rotor style. Oh, I'm blurry. Rotor style. Can't even speak the right words often enough to make them make sense to myself. Why am I'm still not crispy. I want to be a little crispy, you know? Show me up as, yeah, there you go. A little bit of crisp, a little crispier. You know? Can I have it crispy? Can I have it crispy? So, the movie that I'm talking about is basically ninjas who are in a rock band who are opposed to another group of ninjas who are in another rock band. It's opposing ninja rock bands, and they also fight and like hurt each other. There's like one guy that like takes a katana like right across the chest. It's not like they're not having a friendly battle. They're having a real like it ain't fun. It ain't a good time for those involved. There's one guy that gets like horribly, like mortally wounded, and it's right before he meets his birth father, who I'm pretty sure it's just a young guy from staff on the movie who they just put that Halloween silver paint on his hair. Pretty sure. It was interesting. I am still, I mean, I know that it's after 11 now, which that makes me a liar, doesn't it? But I'm just trying to finish up. So I had to get my chores done as I give myself chores on the daily. And it kind of dovetails pretty nicely with what we're going to talk about today, which is sources of therapy and alternatives to therapy if therapy isn't your thing. And we're going to be reacting to some questionable sources. They may or may not be good upon, you know, the when we get a chance to react to them. We may find that maybe the person was having an off day. And we're leaving the music loud because I'm still setting up, I'm still getting things ready. And I'm gonna have to really learn not to get super close to the mic because I have this horrible habit of wanting to be right up here. And it's great for enunciation and for adding timbre to the voice, but I don't need it. Not essential. This is from back in the day when I had one of those, I had a mic that was not suitable for this type of thing. And I was in a much different environment. I think I was in a bedroom that had all kinds of noise it was carpeted. There was, I put fabric on the walls that had hard surface and stuff. So I tried to prepare myself for the streaming environment, just for optimal sound setup. If you're gonna do something, you should try to do it right the first time. And you may not always get it perfect, or even right completely the first time, but it's important to try and start off on a good note for any kind of project. So for instance, if you're changing something out in your car, if you're changing the headlight bulb or something like that, then you should probably read up on it a little bit, learn how to do it, and then give it a try, and then be okay, well, now we'll have to get even more educated. But it really should be about a good foundation of knowledge to assist you in making the best decisions for yourself. And that goes with therapy, because therapy, as you'll see, I think in one of the videos, I tried my best not to pre-watch these too much. I did a couple of them, but that was just to kind of get an idea of what I was looking at. But I want to be able to go in fresh and determine whether or not it's valid or good therapy, just kind of on the fly. Now to start off, all right, because now I think we're ready to start. Yeah, we're ready to start. We're officially starting. Hey, welcome. Let me turn the music down. See the percentage. There we go. All right. Is that still too loud? I think that might still be not too loud. I just really want it to be background music as opposed to, anything else. You know how it is. All right. Oh my God, it is already hot as hell right now. Let me just close the door. Alright. Trying to trip me. She always walks directly behind you, kicking your feet. Alright. Pressing her snout into the back of your leg while you're trying to walk. I believe that's she does a flat tiring technique, if you're familiar. So hi and hello and hi and everyone and hi. Hell, why hi ho yo. Today is Thursday. It's Theme Thursday. I'm Goose. Welcome to the stream. It's going to be a pretty chill one today. I mean, we're mostly going to go through some therapy videos on the YouTube's platforms. I've already scouted them out. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at some of the advice they have to give, which already is a point of contention I would like to make. But we're going to determine we are going, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. We are going to be determining if whatever they're saying sounds like sound therapeutic advice or not. And we can offer a few different ideas of what it might be if it's not good advice, which again, I'll disclaim something after my first disclaimer, just to make sure that we're all on the same page as far as the meaning of words goes. When I'm talking about therapy in a general setting, it might sound like I'm trying to be a therapist. I want to put it out there first and foremost, before anything gets started, that I am not a qualified medical professional. I am not a certified therapeutic counselor. I am not a licensed practitioner for anything. I am simply a guy who has done a lot of therapy and happens to be able to introspect. That's about it. I would love to be able to tolerate the amount of school that it takes to be a licensed therapist, but sadly, I do not have the attention span, nor do I have the respect for authority that a lot of these guys are capable of. I don't like listening to what other people say is right. I like to make my own mind up when it comes to things like that. Sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm brushing schmutz away from the teeth of a grinder right now. Bear with me. So again, I am just for HIPAA reasons, I'm not even a part of a HIPAA contracted agency. I just for transparency and just again for privacy issues, things like that, just for representation, I want to make it clear that I am not a medical professional. I am happy to give advice to people, but if you are having a serious mental crisis, then I would urge you to not watch my stream and go and seek the assistance of a qualified professional. If you start having a crisis, you know, at any point while you're watching this and you let me know that you're having a crisis, I'm not going to help you. I will help you by sending you to a qualified professional or providing the resources to do so, which would probably just be, you know, something from Google. So you can probably do better research than me on that. So I would recommend it. Other than that, that's kind of what the theme for today is. It's therapy. It's therapy a lot because Thursdays actually used to be my day for therapy, which is why I used to call it Therapy Thursdays. So I'm just kind of translating that over, porting it right into the slot that it goes best in, and then we're going to continue with this RPG called Life. As always, the calls are open. We're not specifically doing call-ins today, but I'm always down to have people call in. The one on Tuesday was kind of impromptu in the first place, so that might be the, you know, maybe that's a vibe. Maybe that's like people like, oh, I wasn't thinking about call-in, but maybe they don't know that it's available, and maybe they do have a question, or maybe they have some problem that they're trying to process or whatever. That's why I'm here. So if there's anything on your mind, if there's anything you'd like to talk about, even if it's a problem with your significant other or a problem at you know, school, college, your work, with your family, if your kids are giving you trouble and you don't know what to do, I'm always down to answer questions about stuff like that. That being said, Ita, and what, Chichi, what are you doing? Chichi, she's just sitting on the rug. Chichi, hey, did they need water? I'll check on their water. I'll be right back. She ate quite a bit today, so I don't really want to encourage the overeating. She's got pancreatitis, or she had. I don't think pancreatitis goes away. She has pancreatitis, and if she eats a different diet, or if she overeats, then that's bad. She gets diarrheas. But she hasn't really been. She's been pretty good lately. She's been feeling okay, I guess. I don't know. It's tricky to know whether to give your pup what they want or not. Again, part of this therapy thing is also sort of, you know, trying to have a discussion about discipline and good parenting. So we'll cover all that. We'll cover all that. But just in general, I kind of went down this path of, you know, YouTube shorts and clips that all kind of have therapy or therapist or mental health in their tags. And so I pulled a couple individual clips, but I also pulled up some channels themselves. So we'll take a look, we'll dive a little bit deep into whatever's happening. The description on YouTube should have the Discord link, but it should also be in my link tree as well. If you cannot click it, or if you cannot join for some reason, let me know, but please join the Discord. It's a growing community. There's only 4 people in there. Would be great to get more, you know? If you know, stop by and you don't necessarily have time to chill for an entire stream, then maybe just hang out for a bit, say hi if you can, because it's that kind of engagement that I need. But also, you know, go to the Discord and say what's up, and then tune in the next time we're live, and you know, maybe it'll be the best gosh darn stream you ever done watched. Maybe, you know, who knows? You can only find out by doing. That being said, let's get started on the first one. I think this is a short one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually reverse the order here, because it starts to get more and more toxic as it goes. I say this putting on a lifting video, but we'll see. So this was tagged as therapy. I'm going to assume, not just to give it the benefit of the doubt a little bit, I'm going to assume that to them, therapy is going to the gym, which is a form, it can be a form of therapy. So let's dispel the myth that you have to go to a therapist in order to engage in therapy. So therapists, what is the role of a therapist? A therapist is not there to solve your problems for you, nor are they even really there to help you solve your problems. What they are is, or what their intended purpose is, which we will see some perversions of that in these videos. What their purpose is to facilitate your own efforts, facilitate your growth. And what that means is that you are the one who has to do the work, but they're there to say, all right, hold on a sec. Maybe you haven't examined this or that. You should probably focus on that, and that might give you the answer that you're looking for. What I think a lot of people expect when they go into therapy is this person's going to tell me exactly what I need to know in order to help, you know, fix my situation. If it's a conflict with my significant other, they're going to tell me the things to say. What they're not going to tell me, and this is a misconception that a lot of people have, is that I was wrong. They're not going to tell me that I was wrong. They're not going to tell me that I need to work on things, and they're not going to tell me that it's me that caused my situation. They're going to just say, yes, sir, you have fun, and two made up things that I don't think any therapist would ever say to a client. So you get bad examples, but you get where I'm coming from. I think that it is, on the other side, also very easy for people who like go to school for psychology, and then maybe like they minored in it, they got something else going, and then that doesn't pan out, and then they want to turn around and be a therapist. Maybe they see the success during the COVID era of online therapy, and they're like, maybe I can give that a try. I don't know the circumstances by which some people put, whether they know it or not, medical advice out there on shorts and things like that. But that's what we're here to do today. We're going to take a look at it. This is just a music, like it's just music with words on it. So I don't really need to play the whole thing. I could just read the words and we can all take a look from there. So this hit me like a brick. My therapist said, everybody loves you when you let everything slide, but as soon as you start checking things and creating boundaries, you become the most hated. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that no therapist ever told this guy that. Simply because it just doesn't really make sense in general to say you're the most hated. who says anyone that isn't themselves is the most hated? Like, do you like assess, like, if you're you know, talking about how people hate Donald Trump, are you like, well, he's the most hated? And would you say that in a professional capacity to a client who's looking to you for mental health? Probably not. So my guess is, if he does have a therapist, which, I mean, you can look at all the kind of qualifiers here and assume that maybe he does have a therapist, probably paid for by his parents. People who have access to this level of production for their shorts, with all of the, like, probably AI bells and whistles that go along with this kind of thing. Let's see. Yeah, so either I'm gonna say that I doubt that he's manually uploading these. So, and these cost money, these tools, these mass upload things. So, you know, if you're privileged enough to have all this stuff and to have, you know, whatever it is job that you do, probably gotten for you by your parents, or if you have a company that your parents paid for or whatever, then you probably have a therapist because your parents probably make you go to one. You were probably a problem child, and your parents didn't want to deal with you, so it was either military school or a therapist. They happened to pick therapist. But so my guess is that this all comes from what he interpreted from what his therapist said, which would make sense to me if we were to assume that he was talking about a legitimate therapist in the first place, which he may well have been lying. So we don't know. It's unverifiable as to whether this guy actually has a therapist, but I doubt any respectable therapist would have said anything like that. Everybody loves you when you let everything slide. That's not a piece of language that a therapist would use, nor is it something that a qualified therapist would have told this guy. First, it's sort of like love bombing. It's almost like everybody loves you when you're, I guess, ignorant to the negativity or toxicity or whatever it is that you're perceiving as your grievance towards other people. And if anything, it's anti-therapy, because you're saying that as soon as you start creating boundaries, you become the most hated. Then it all made sense. So you're pushing this idea that I don't know, that you need to create boundaries, or that you don't need, that you just need to let things slide, or but what are we letting slide? Is it like slights against him? Is it, you know, there's not enough context, but also B, you can infer a lot, and a lot of those things are red flags. So it's not for the sake of, it's not bad therapy for the sake of the fact that it's here. It's bad therapy for the sake for the fact that it's it seems to be miscommunicating elements of what this guy believes is therapy, but it's doing it in a dishonest way, and that's, I would say, no therapy, it's not therapy. I didn't come up with a system for that. It's not therapy. Yeah. Anyway, cheers. By the way, give me one moment. Turn the video off for good reason. Give me one moment. So in conclusion, the answer to the question, is it therapy, for this one is a big no. No, sir. No, sirree, Bob. This one's sort of the same. It's the same channel. and it is the same setup. It's just music with words on a screen, so we won't worry about letting it play. We'll just read it. This hit me like a brick. Man, that's the second thing that hit you like a brick. My therapist said you keep trying to explain to them how you feel, but one day you will realize that it's not a matter of them understanding, it's a matter of them caring. So your therapist just basically told you that the people who you're trying to tell your problems to don't care. Now, if there's existing context to that, if you have already demonstrated to your therapist in previous sessions that your friends actually do not care about you, then sure, they would probably say something like that as a sort of a you know, culmination of events where they feel like they have, you know, the basis to say that. But I wouldn't default to that, and I don't think his therapist defaulted to that either. I think probably what his therapist might have said was the reverse of this, that it's not about them not caring, it's about them not understanding. So if you're telling someone that doesn't have personal insight about how you feel like alone or neglected or whatever your problem is, then they will seem like they don't care because they won't know how to relate to you. So they don't understand what things are like from your perspective at that point, and you can either try to convince them or you can understand yourself that people are all different, and not everyone is going to be aware of what your personal situation is, or your stressors or triggers or whatever it is. So pretty anti-mental health again, unfortunately. Poor guy. But you can tell, like, it's obviously an issue. Like, you know, this had what, 50 comments, 637 likes, so there's a crowd out there that feels like this relates to them, but it's just going about things in a very outside in kind of way, and that's not really how you do therapy. It's very inside out. Oh, I actually didn't know this, so this is, I think, good advice. I don't know if it's good advice. I've never tried it, and it's been a while since I've had an anxiety attack, but I don't know, if you're feeling one coming on, then take this advice and then let me know if it works, and then you can help me verify the validity. Oh my god, that's loud. Sorry, that was really loud. Cut up lemons in your fridge, and then you bite into one. So maybe, I don't know, I have never heard of this kind of thing. I know that there's a lot of like unconventional sounding things in therapy, like exercises that you can do. So maybe this is one of them, but maybe this lady's just kind of riffing on her own, on something that had previously worked from like the DSM, like or recommended treatments or things like that. And she's like, oh, you know, this will work. And then it did, or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know the veracity of the claim that biting into a lemon will help with an anxiety attack, but it sounds cool if it works. So I'm into it. I'm willing to hear. I'm willing to see any corroborating stories. But yeah, I've never heard of that one. I thought that was cool. So yeah, if you have a panic attack, anyone coming on, suck on a lemon and see, and let me know if you started to tell, if you like were able to tell yourself this is okay or something, you know, because I'd be into that. That's some cool, like, cool pseudoscience. Is there a good form of pseudoscience, or is it all bad?
Hold ourselves to such a high standard that we then project that high standard onto others. And I think it's been said for years, I don't know who said it, but the famous phrase of we judge other people by their actions, not their intentions. And we judge ourselves by our intentions, not our actions. We think we hold.
So it sounds like pretentious gobbledygook, and apparently this guy does have the #1 global mental health podcast, but he himself does not proclaim to be a doctor nor a mental health professional. So I don't know if he often defers to the experts, or if he simply just sort of lets like kind of says a bunch of stuff and then they like say either oh yeah, sure, you know, like I don't know what the deal is, but it's not hard for people to come to the conclusion that actions speak louder than words. I mean, that's a pretty well-known saying, and I think you hear it in like cartoons and stuff when you're a kid, you know. So it's something that I think even children know. So what are we doing? Are we trying to help people, or are we regurgitating stuff that's like entry-level shit stuff? Damn it, 40 minutes. Ooh, I was so close this time. Or do we regurgitate entry-level stuff to sell courses? So I looked at his channel, and he does have a workshop that's free. You know that ain't free. You know, like the first lesson is free. That's the first lesson's free. Renew you. Or is he a cult leader? Is it a cult? Is it a cult? No charge, interactive workshop. What do we think that means? I'll give you a hint. Why is my camera so high? Why are you up so high? No, not necessarily like to be looked down upon, but I feel like, you know, I'm having to go like this just to stay in the frame, you know? Let's see. When our lives are blah blah blah, what you'll discover, reignite your passion, newsletter, Oh, here we go. Nothing contained on this website is intended to provide mental health care advice. Should you have any healthcare related questions, please call or see your physician or other healthcare provider. So he puts the disclaimer that I'm putting, which is fair enough, but also, why did you write all these books and you lead a free? This is either you're signing people up for a cult, or you're doing like really like surface level stuff. Founded Genius to provide weekly programming on growth. Is that the network? Is that the Genius? Is that like the app or the platform? I thought I'd heard of that. Jay Shetty Certification School. See, like something feels strangely capitalist about this. Which, again, fair enough. That's the society we live in, but seems weird. Seems like, I don't know, like exploiting mental health services. I don't know. Time will tell. You know, these people keep getting exposed, you know, day after day after day, and perhaps that'll happen this time too. So already, I mean, this is pretty much this is it. I mean, acting like you're cool because you don't know how to compartmentalize, which is what that's called. I mean, I know that everybody is a person. I know that we are all subject to our own feelings and biases, and you know, even like therapists are people and they have their own feelings and, again, biases and whatnot. But I also feel like with time and experience, you should be able to properly compartmentalize and allow yourself to be truly objective. But some people, some people are just so monstrous and do such intensely terrible things that it would be hard not to hate them. And so, you know, I guess this is another, it would need context to know the specific situation, but saying just in general that you can't hate someone because they hurt your client, that should happen. You should try to separate your feelings from the matter. But again, you know, biases come up and people are, you know, we're only human and we're going to allow that to affect our thinking in some ways, even if it's subconscious. So yeah, hard to refute that, but it's another, I guess, thing that we should be aware of to work on in any kind of mentor, physician, therapist capacity. So that we can be like, you know, encouraging more healthy ways of doing things. So I wanted to see if it was satire. I don't think it is. I think because, like, let's see. So, you know, this caption sort of indicates that this person has they got their license to practice like around the pandemic, and so they weren't able to make a practice work, or they weren't able to join like an agency, or whatever the, you know, whatever her goal was overall. It seems like she wasn't able to obtain that, which could be traumatic and could cause someone to develop a bias against certain institutions for certain things, and it could really evolve into maybe like a not a misinformation campaign, but like a sort of an advocacy against traditional mental health, or traditional mental health treatment methods, which is, or I guess ethics. Because she said in the one that we just watched that you know, she said like you can hate a person who hurt your client, which is like, it's not really, I guess it's kind of unethical, but it's not against any kind of like rules. Like, it's not, I don't know. If I was a qualified therapist, which I'm not, if I was, I would want to try and be as unbiased as possible, but I know that I'm still a person. Yeah, I don't know. It's a toughie. But I feel like if you have your own private practice and you're doing things your own way, and if you're relatively successful, then perhaps you have some authority on at least the way that you do things and whether or not it works. If people are coming up to you later on and saying, gosh, you know, I feel so much better, my depression symptoms are so much more manageable now, and life seems to have more color in it, then rock on, sister. You may not have views that I agree with, but, you know, rock on, sister. I don't know why I said that in the first place. That makes me sound like such a dweeb. Dweeberelli. Dweeberoni. All right. Speaking of dweeb, I think I showed off yesterday that I did unlock the bow staff in Call of Duty, so I've been using that. It's very fun. Just in case I didn't let you guys know, I unlocked the bow staff. So if you're a fellow nerd, oh yeah, I did. Someone was in yesterday and they said that Donatello was their favorite character. So yeah, hell yeah, we got the bow staff. So yeah, I think that the trail that you're on leads you to where you get, and if you're fuming and steaming, then it's because you walked that trail yourself. What? So yeah, I am assuming that this person is maybe bitter about something about the pandemic. Stop posting about your mental health on social media. Your professional, it makes you look bad. What? Who is saying this? That's like the meme where they put their own target, like they put the target on their own head, and then they're like, people keep trying to shoot at me. Is this good? Is this a good price? My week, private practice, Monday, 4%. Is that like, is that a fair amount? What is that? Why do you put no show? Why do you put no show? Are people that bitter about no shows? I assume people probably no show for all kinds of different reasons. Like I wouldn't be like pissed about it. Well, whatever. 4 in-person sessions. So what is that? What's 660 divided by, where's my calc? I'll use my phone calc. That's right, I say calc. I'm trying to be efficient here. Calculatrix. 660 divided by 4 is 165 per session. That sounds about right, right? I think that's normal. What is that divided by 3? 165 divided by 3 is $55 for like hour and a half to 2 hour session per hour. That's not bad. Or per half hour, if I'm thinking hour and a half. And then around like 45, $50 for quarter hour. It's not bad. That's fine. That's fine. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. Oh man, I have so many inside jokes with myself. Is anyone else neurospicy enough out there to have inside jokes with themselves? Because I'm thinking I might need to increase some kind of medication or something. The term "now you're getting it" that I just repeated a couple of times comes from the show Broad City. There's an episode where Abby is trying to replace Ilana for a day of work at the co-op, or else she's going to lose her, she'll be excommunicated, which is the word they use, which I find hilarious, from the co-op sphere. And so Abby, because Ilana has to go to a doctor's appointment, Abby decides to pose as Ilana, and so she has to adopt a lot of her mannerisms, and it's very funny the way they do it. It started out as a web show, or like an internet sketch. What do they call that? Web comedy? Web show? Web series? Anyway, started out that way, and it's one of those that was sort of around the time of Always Sunny, and like what the other shows basically were like deadpan, just ridiculous, completely random, off the wall kind of stuff. Workaholics, that kind of stuff. The League, and to a lesser extent, that's more like an improv sort of thing. But so like she's posing as her, or she's like practicing in the mirror or something. She's like, "I love you, Abby," and Ilana's like, "No, again, I love you, Abby." And then Abby's like, "I love you, Abby," like in her better voice, and she keeps improving. It's like a montage. She's like, "Yeah, now you're getting it." And I just thought that was hilarious that she was like repeating, and then she did it again. She's like, "Now you're getting it." I just thought it was funny. So that's where it came from. It's not especially funny. Like, it's not, that particular part itself is not especially funny. I just, for some reason, I laugh at the most random stuff, and I don't know. I'm a silly goose. Just a silly goose. Let's move on. Ever wonder what your therapist is thinking? Probably better you not tell us. A proper compartmentalizer can hear the words of somebody who's admitting to some pretty heinous stuff and then go home and still, be able to decompress and hang out and relax. But they still think about it. They still got thoughts, just like every human being, and they sometimes drift towards that client admitting that thing they did that is super protected by confidentiality. But no, I don't think people should wonder what therapists are thinking. She picked another partner who treats her just like her dad did. She doesn't realize that she deserves unconditional respect. You can tell your client that. I would say leave the bias out of it, but you can tell your client that. You can tell your client that if you'll forgive me for bringing up something traumatic, this sounds similar to the way that your father used to manipulate you. And I think this connects really well with the talk that we had about respecting yourself, and I wanted to just reinforce that you deserve respect. I wouldn't say unconditional. You can probably be a douchebag and lose respect. That should be, I don't think that has to be stipulated, but it's sort of like the code of life, just existing in the world. So you can say this to your client for the most part. Don't be shy. You're there to help. Facilitate.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but not having an answer or somebody not giving you an answer is your answer.
No, thank you. I would say that it's a tricky way to explain why that's wrong, but it's not, that's itself is not tricky, it's wrong. no answer is not an answer. A lot of parents like to say this to their kids, and it's a little reductive. I know that kids' brains aren't like fully formed yet, and they can't reason the way that we do, but taking silence as an answer is also a bit childish. So if we're in that realm already, then I gotta say, use your words first. I mean, try to think of something to say that might engage and contribute to the conversation overall, of course, on the one side. But if you're on the other side and things have gotten heated to the point where someone's giving you the silent treatment, or they are not responding to an ultimatum that you're giving, then you gotta have to look inside yourself and understand what you're doing that might be causing that. What part of like their memory might be connected to that thought or that trigger that's causing them to clam up. What might you be doing? Are you intimidating them? Are you standing over them? Are you trying to encourage them to do something they just have flat out said they don't want to do? You might be receiving silence in response to something, a trigger, stressor, whatever. So I would say that putting something in such cut and dry terms is bad therapy. This is a bad one, but you know, I'm not going to name and shame, but it's pretty clear that it says behavioral health, and you know, again, this is something that a parent might say to a child. So maybe this is just a pattern of a pattern that she's gotten into, like either in her own life or perhaps that translated to a situation where she's using it in therapy, which I would say it just needs additional training from somebody who comes from a different school of thought on the matter, like more in line with what I'm thinking. Then, you know, that's fine. Everyone can improve. She's not a bad therapist. She just might need to learn a few more things, especially with how to deal with the silence. Silence is not an answer, nor is it a lie, nor is it it's just a lack of something. And again, if things are heated, there is proven biological data from scientists who I am not that says that leaving things for a half an hour to relax and calm down is a thing that helps biologically. Your heart rate goes down, you go out of the fight or flight, and so you're not just getting super defensive unnecessarily anymore. You can come back to something. And so if silence is an answer, then you're ending things before they've even got a chance to be resolved. So I would say take silence very subjectively and try to understand the context that it's within. And if you're a therapist, or if you're studying to do therapy as a profession, I would urge you to not adopt this school of thought, this particular school of thought, as I can only say how I would take it as your client, and I would say that that's unfair. You're basically putting words in my mouth. I don't deserve that. So this one again was just moving image with music, so I'll just read the caption. Give me a second. What are you doing? Do not. Did you poop? You didn't poop. We're clear. False alarm. False alarm. There is no poop to be had. There's no poop to be had / smelled. To which I say cheers. Hard truth. If you wait until you feel better to start living, you missed a quote there. You might be waiting forever. Go live your life. Do it sad. What are you doing? Did you guys see that? I'm pretty sure she was just trying to make a nest. She's loud. She was doing a little scrapey scrape. Do it sad, do it anxious, do it uncertain, because healing doesn't always come before the experience. Sometimes the experience is what heals you. I could take or leave it, I guess. I'm wishy-washy. I'm on the fence on to whether or not that's good advice. I don't think that this guy is a therapist, nor do I think that this is the Chef Trinidaddy. Probably not a therapist, which is fine. Okay, good. But I don't know how I feel about this overall. If you wait till you feel better to start living, you might be waiting forever. I would say that there are always steps that you can take that would put you on the path. So, sorry to digress for one moment. My own experience is steeped mostly in reflection. I have to kind of look back and realize that I had been working on myself for the last 10 years to even acknowledge that it happened. So one day when, I think it was just after I had heard my dog got diagnosed with cancer, I came home and I just was like, man, you know, because I was in a dead-end job. I'm always kind of in dead-end jobs. I wasn't feeling good about myself, and I was approaching the age of 40, and I just kind of did an inventory, a mental inventory of sort of the things that I had done throughout my life, and my resume looks like fucking spaghetti. My direction is kind of all over the place. I have no real discipline that I've invested a lot of time and effort into other than cooking, which hasn't really done much for me on the success front after the first time I was successful, and so it's kind of like just trying to re-grab something that doesn't really exist anymore. Long story short, what I did when I looked back was I looked at when I first started doing therapy, and it's been spotty over the years. I've been in and out of therapy, but it's really only when I could afford it or when my medical would pay for it. So when I was doing therapy, when I started doing therapy, almost about like 10 or so years ago, I learned a lot of stuff and then I stopped going, but I was able to learn enough to keep going with the exercises that I had learned and do kind of whatever introspection that I was able to at the time. I had kind of gotten a little bit of my life on track, but then like things just kind of stagnated for a bit. Then again, when I started getting into, my wife and I did couples therapy for a little bit just to kind of get some context for some stuff that we had disagreements about. And so they did individual sessions with us, and then we came together and over again. And I learned more about the exercises that I was doing. I kept doing them and I kept doing them. I was doing all the things that I was supposed to be doing. I started, you know, doing some exercising. I started drinking less. I was taking whatever medications I was prescribed at the time. I think at first it was Lexapro, before I figured out that I had ADHD. And then some time passed. I got into another therapist. This was an individual therapist. This was kind of one of the hippy dippy woo woo ones, but she encouraged me. She didn't encourage me. She recommended as a possible solution to some of my more nervous tendencies to explore cannabis. And so that actually got me started on the cannabis train, and I've been on it ever since, and it has helped me more than I can friggin' describe. And eventually I got onto I stopped drinking for like a year and a half because I really wanted to take some of my weight down. It is all back, but I'm gonna do it again. And I wanted to develop a little bit more discipline, or just prove that I had some semblance of discipline. So I did that, and I wasn't recognizing any of those small victories along the way. But when I look back recently on all the stuff that I've been working on for the last 10 years, I was like, wow, oh my God, I did this and I did this and I did this. And only now in hindsight do I actually appreciate the effort that I put in over that amount of time. And, you know, it's kind of like bittersweet, because I should have been celebrating the small victories along the way and, you know, setting off those little oxytocin doses and being like, yeah, you know, I can feel good about this. But I spent most of the time depressed. And so now it's like, I kind of, I'm like regressing back into depression because I feel like I did so little over the time that I've been in town where I've been. Mental health is a constant maintenance game, and you might always struggle. And that's why you can't just like, I agree with some of the idea that you can't wait to get better, but I also think that there are steps that you should be taking along the way that puts you on the path toward doing better earlier rather than later. And if you need to go to a therapist to learn that, you should do it. But I agree with living your life. I think, unfortunately, and the thing that most therapists will not tell you, and I'll put on the full screen for this, because this is the insight that I've gained over the years that I've done therapy and known therapists. I have a few friends who have gone to school for therapy, like psychology, psychotherapy, and some on the doctorate side of things. So I've heard a lot of insights, and the thing that I feel has been the hardest for me to learn, and I think it's probably going to be the hardest for a lot of people to learn, is that everything has to happen simultaneously. What I mean by that is that if you get to the point where I have, and you get to almost 40 and just start figuring out your mental health priorities, you still have to do that while going through your midlife crisis. You still have to do that while dealing with a loss in the family of a pet. You still have to do that while being a decent husband, while being a decent pup father. You still have to do that while trying to work and entertain people and help people. All of that has to happen at once, and it sounds like a lot of spinning plates, but that's why therapists, good therapists, exist, because they can give you the tools that help you more efficiently do all that processing and reasoning. So, and that's why we got to call out the bad ones when we see them, especially on social media. I wouldn't necessarily suggest that anybody take any therapy advice from anyone in a short. If you're going to look into someone who is oh yeah, it can snowball for sure. If you're going to look into someone who is giving advice in a short and you want to try and like emulate whatever it is you're hearing or seeing, I would say do some research. Just do the basic amount of research and try to understand who they are and where they might be coming from. If they're charging for any of their advice or services, take a look at why. You know, is it a fair pricing model like we saw in the other short, or is it kind of ridiculous? And if it's kind of ridiculous, it might be a scam. Or a cult like that one guy. That one guy. Oh, why did I click on this one? Rugged counseling. Oh, okay. I think this is like a right side, like a right side of the aisle therapist. I think. I'm not sure. I only saw one of his shorts. I wanted to pick a good one. It is hard to avoid this to be a great dad. Okay, let's see what this guy says. Avoid this to be a great dad.
You turned success into a survival strategy because that's how you got noticed as a kid.
Wait, hang on.
Your dad was mostly critical, or maybe just not there. But
hold on. I didn't get to hear what you said.
Success into a survival strategy because that's how you got noticed as a kid. Your dad was mostly critical, or maybe just...
Wait, sorry. Turned getting noticed into a survival strategy because your dad was mostly critical,
or maybe just not there. But
okay,
when you achieve something, that's when you got praised. So you learn to be impressive,
right?
Earn love, stay needed. And on the outside, you look successful, but on the inside, you still got that voice telling you you're not good enough. You want connection, but deep down, you don't think it'll last, so you test people. You push them away just to see if they'll come back. Or maybe you settle.
Well,
ignore the red
that could be narcissism.
Flags and cling to whoever chooses you because at least somebody's staying. You rush into commitment, thinking marriage might fix things.
Toxic
might give you the
relationship,
home you never had, but you keep ending up with people who don't really love you. They love what you can do for them, what you give and provide. But when they leave, it just confirms that lie you've been carrying all these years. I'm still not good enough.
Oh man, he's heaping on a lot of different things in a single statement about how to be a good dad.
You turn success into a survival strategy.
So I'm not sure what we're avoiding to be a great dad. Are we avoiding having success? Are we avoiding turning success into a survival strategy? Or are we avoiding father wounds in men? Or are we avoiding the what was the thumbnail? The thumbnail was avoid being married or something. It was like don't get married. It played like at the very end. Oh damn it! Well, you could see. Yeah, thinking marriage will fix. What does that mean? What does that mean? World's #1 golfer doesn't want to win. Therapist explains. What the fudge?
The best golfer in the world doesn't even know the point of going after the wins. Scottie Scheffler is the world's best golfer, and in a press conference for the British Open, he
Is this satire? Is that what's happening? Am I being trolled? I feel like I'm being trolled. Success as a survival strategy.
You turn Hey, you can't make someone love you by giving them more of what they already.
What is happening? What happened? What was that? Hey.
You turn success.
What?
Hey, you can't make someone love you. You turn success into a survival strategy because that's how you got noticed as a kid.
You turn success into a survival strategy because that's how you got noticed as a kid. So yeah, attention was given. So he's saying that attention was given when I would succeed because my dad wasn't
critical
around.
Or maybe just not there. But
who am I impressing if my dad isn't there?
When you achieve something, that's when you got praised.
Well, so that doesn't apply to people whose dad wasn't there. That you named them and then you left them out. What the hell, man?
So you learn to be impressive, earn love, stay needed.
What? I mean, isn't that like sort of a natural evolution? Like you want to be noticed. So I'm trying to relate this to my own life because I grew up without a dad, and I still to this day feel somewhat socially invisible, and so that like I'm trying. It sounds similar to what my situation was, but I didn't feel like I ever needed to be successful just to impress anybody. I just felt like I had to be whatever the best version of myself was that I could be. I had to Steve Rogers myself. Not like inauthentically, but you know, Steve Rogers, when he was Steve Rogers, he became his authentic true self. And gosh darn it, if I'm gonna Steve Rogers myself, then that's what I'm gonna do. Just what? That's what? What am I even saying? What is he saying? Talking about myself in the third person. That's right. I might be going crazy. We don't use the word crazy in this house. Not derogatorily. Maybe I'm just too used to talking to myself. Ooh, oh. There's a peek into my depression right there.
And on the outside,
sorry,
you look
I gotta
successful,
hear
but
this
on
again.
the inside, you still got that voice telling you you're not good enough.
Yeah, so imposter syndrome, if you find success and you feel as though you don't deserve it, you're probably going to be internalizing a lot of that, you know, self-hatred or self-talk. Self-talk is a therapist term, but you could say self-hatred. People think that hatred involves like something like rage or outright fury, but that's not really the case. It's just a disdain.
You want connection, but deep down you don't think it'll last, so you test people. You push them away just to see if they'll come back, or maybe you settle.
I mean, he's
Ignore the
describing. Well, see now so a lot of therapists do this kind of passing the blame, especially people who are in the men's mental health category, or to better accurately name it, the men's rights category of humanity. People who tend to invest heavily in Dogecoin. Is that the new one? That was the one back in the day, I think. I don't think that's the current one. There's got to be like a really popular one that's like the one that everybody invests in, that lives in their mom's basements, potentially. So it's a very specific subset of men who this applies to, but it's also, so ignoring the red flags, does that include your own? Because if it doesn't, then we're kind of passing the buck here.
The red flags and cling to whoever chooses you.
But see, that was also kind of true too, that men do develop very close attachment to their first sexual partner, their first serious relationship, you name it, whatever their first intense hormonal, like, you know, feeling is, then they're gonna develop a very close attachment. I know that my first girlfriend, do I even need to say like, I think we all remember our first girlfriend, like serious relationship. A moment of silence for myself and my brothers who know exactly what I'm talking about. I think it was probably 6.5 years after she and I broke up, her mother tried to sue me for $180. $180. She didn't win. Case was thrown out because she had like there was no case. But she tried to sue a kid who had just turned 18 for $180. Insane. And that is just scratching the surface. All right, so I know a thing or two about interesting relationships and some toxicity. I know it goes both ways, but you can't lump ignoring the red flags in there unless you word it
at least somebody
a certain way.
You rush into commitment, thinking marriage might fix things, might give you the home you never had, but you keep ending up with people who don't really love you. They love what you can do for them, what you give and...
You see that they love what you can do for them. Like there's some of that, again, the whatever podcast, like style, like fresh and fit style sort of masculinity. Like there's, and it's not overtly anything. It's not toxic. It doesn't make me disgusted. But it's unobjective. It's sort of, again, putting the blame on other people.
When they leave...
when they leave, you know what I mean? Like ignoring their red flags when they leave, you know,
just
like
confirms that lie you've been carrying all these years. I'm still not good enough.
And like, I think that the thing that he concludes now is that because of their actions, I can confirm that I'm not good enough. You see what I'm saying? Like it's misguided at the least, and it's misinformational. I got sweaty pits, I'm sorry. It's like 90 degrees in here in my apartment. I can't imagine how hot it is outside right now. Ugh. Also, I don't know if anyone else out there has ADHD, but Adderall gives you hyperhidrosis. Who would have thought? Now I'm super hydrated and I still have cotton mouth. Of course, it's not the Adderall that causes the cotton mouth. I smoke weed. So yeah, I don't know if I'm vibing with this guy, but that's why I wanted to take a look at his channel. And because rugged counseling sounds like a bit pandery, you know, like Ariat, that like conservative clothing brand that does like tactical cargo pants. But like, I don't know. Christian therapist. Okay, so he's Christian too. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, what on earth? I don't want to look at all of these, but I just want to get like a good smattering.
This is a Speak Your Mind Ice Bucket Challenge. I got nominated.
The man she wants you to be can actually ruin your life unless one critical condition is met. A lot of guys hear that and they start performing or pleasing or disappearing into somebody else, but that's not love, that's fear. If you're with a woman who sees your purpose, your gifts, your values, and wants you to grow into the best version of you, then yeah, be the man she wants. If you're in a relationship built on mutual respect,
see that all that sounds normal,
and compromise, and you want to move past just thinking from your own impulses and ego, then yeah, trust her input, let her sharpen you. If her version of you includes...
All of this is fair enough. Nothing I'm hearing is making me disagree.
Strength, kindness, confidence, and purpose, then be that man. And help her become who she's meant to be too. Think about it this way, be the man your daughter would need someday.
Did he? I think that might have just been a hiccup. Let's finish it out. There's only a few seconds left.
And marry a woman who shares that same vision for your life. Bottom line, this advice only works when it's mutual and grounded in respect. If it's built on immaturity, codependency, or people-pleasing, you'll lose yourself trying to earn love rather than growing in it. The man she wants...
Oh, he didn't recover, did he? Did he say be the man you want your daughter to marry? Hang on.
Kindness, confidence, and purpose, then be that man. And help her become who she's meant to be too. Think about it this way. Be the man your daughter would need someday.
Not necessarily shady, but also kind of weird. I'm sure you could have said anything else. Anything other than that. Be the man your daughter wants you, or your daughter will someday need. Oh, like as a good parent. Okay, it sounded like suggestive. Sorry, I just realized that could, I guess, if I was thinking about it, that could mean that, like, be the man that you think your daughter will someday need to be a father, to be a good father to them. Like, I'm trying to see it from the other side, but it was hinky at first. I don't know if it's hinky anymore. It doesn't seem like he meant it that way. Everything else in this was solid. That was just a bit of a left turn. Maybe I was anticipating a twist, you know, perhaps. Them abs is a cure for male depression, let me tell you. Woo-wee, boy. I both would like to wash a sweater on them and would like to have those abs. That would be nice. Of course, that takes a lot of hard work, strict discipline, maybe a little bit of anabolic in the butt cheeks. But, ain't gonna happen anytime soon, I can tell you that much. The moment I get that discipline is when I have enough money to cover my bills and not eat junk for dinner. That'll be it. That'll be the time I can finally evolve into a real man. A real Superman. Did he put a cucumber down there? Did he enhance? I think he enhanced. Someone this outrightly insecure would never not put a sock in there. Well, I'll let him go through all these. All right, well, he's excluding a few groups here. First group, the differently abled. Probably can't do stuff like this. At least not all of it. Like, there are maybe, you know, there are some. I've seen some people without legs who crawl up a rope. That's absolutely a thing. But you're removing a lot of people, especially, you know, what about people who are like just unable to do that stuff? You know, there's people who just can't physically do that. But intent, you know, maybe I'm generalizing, and maybe I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm using too broad a brush here. He could just mean maximum impact exercising, like trying to get your discipline up, trying to get you regimented, doing something, working on your body, getting healthy. I can jive with that. Just playing devil's advocate here. Brotherhood. Now that's an interesting one. What do you mean by that? Brotherhood. You mean like friends, a social circle, a good social support network? That's what therapists call it. Social support network. Oh, I burped. Excuse me. I mean, that can mean a lot of different things, and it can mean bad things and it can mean good things. Brotherhood, I guess, is really just friendship, close friends, you know, people that you would consider family if you like grew up with them, you went to school with them, or you're just especially close for some reason, whatever. Like, hey, I'm so close with this guy, I'd let him marry my sister 2 times over. I'd let him marry my sister, I'd let him divorce my sister, I'd let him marry my sister once more. But he wouldn't be able to do that because he's a good Catholic boy. I know him so good. I know him like the back of my hand. I know him like a slice of cheese. So brotherhood, I guess. Now high testosterone. Now that's interesting. So, agreed that that the subject. I'll agree that the subject of this was the cure to male depression. But what I don't necessarily agree with is that testosterone is necessarily a thing that one needs to consider as the cure for male depression. Now, there have been studies centered around testosterone and the use of testosterone supplements that do have some language that regards, you know, changes in mental health from people who take testosterone, who I guess maybe had low levels of testosterone to begin with. But really, hormonal imbalances are present in both genders and can lead, but don't necessarily lead, to a lot of different things. Can lead to physical, physical limitations. Can lead to even your hair follicles, growing hair in different places, like that. That all, you know. It's just, I think that depression comes from a lot of different sources, and attacking all those different sources is the best way to have a well-rounded and well-maintainable, or easily maintainable, stable mental health journey. Then you can kind of build on it from there and kind of specialize it, like, as per your individual needs. But it isn't, I guess, if we're not taking this alone, then I wouldn't rule out high testosterone. I don't know why you would have to say high testosterone. Maybe healthy levels of testosterone, because men have estrogen too. Like, I think women have levels of testosterone as well. I think when you supplement it, you're just balancing it one way or the other. I don't think that you're really omitting or selecting specifically one or the other. I think it's a process. Stoicism and meditation. So, I don't know. A lot of the men's rights people, I'm very, you may not see, I look very composed and handsome right now, but I am sweating. Oh man, it is hot. Stoicism is something that a lot of men's rights, men's health, mental health people point to as being essential for mental health, and what they mean is not sharing your feelings, not getting your feelings wrapped up in whatever's going on, you know, like being able to take it on the chin as a man from another man. Wait. Meditation, I can get with all day, you know. I love meditation. I meditate often. Not all the time, not every day, but I meditate often. Meditation can take all different forms, but stoicism, the way that these guys mean it, probably not a goal to strive towards. You should be able to communicate how you feel. Purpose and mission. So we ruled out people with physical limitations. We ruled out women and a good amount of men, because of the testosterone issue. We ruled out anyone who is emotionally intelligent, in touch with their feelings, and empathetic. And anyone who doesn't meditate for some reason. And now we're removing, I'm gonna guess, Christian. I'm gonna guess we're removing non-Christians. So you have to be a male of high testosterone. What was the first one? Oh, then brotherhood. You have to be in a brotherhood. You have to be in a fraternal organization. Whatever. You know it's ridiculous. It's easy to see it's ridiculous. combat and competition. I don't know that either of those things is necessary for curing depression. One can actually cause more severe depression as well as severe trauma. You could actually get worse from engaging in one if you're not in a place to mentally engage with it the right way. Competition, I mean, I guess engaging in the physical action of doing sports is therapeutic, and so is taking out your aggression in an arena that is designed for that can be therapeutic. But competition itself, getting one over something or somebody else, I don't think is necessary to cure depression. That's just something people like to do, especially means who are in this circle of social means. And a quality woman, so we've ruled out gay people. All right. Well, so it's a very small subset of men that this is geared towards, apparently. So we'll just take it as that. You're welcome. 20 guys that are, a lot of guys that agree with that. So what I thought was really funny about this is it's a thirst trap, and then they say specifically don't get thirsty, which is hilarious. So this is targeted towards those 4chan guys, right? And it's again just another image verse on a music background. Very abundant in shorts these days. A man will do anything for a woman that actually listens to him, not looks at her phone distracted, not lectures him on what he should have done, not use it against him in the future. Listens. He needs you to be his safe space, ma'am. Or I will. But not really. I will never DM you. So, well, I spoiled it myself. I clicked on the account and I saw that it is really just a thirst trap for lonely men. But it speaks to a very certain like amount of psychopathy or sociopathy that you have to be engaging in order to take advantage of an already toxic demographic. You're just piling on. You're not helping anybody. You're not taking them, like you're not in a graphic novel with the ability to take these guys out as like a contract hit woman or something. Like you're not doing a service for the public. You're just exploiting what is essentially also mental health illness, mental illness. Yeah, so I don't know. It's take your fin dom scammery elsewhere, Elise Michaels. It's gross and improper, and nobody likes it. This is another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. I wanted to say that a few times because I thought it was funny to go around in a loop with the word another one, or with the phrase another one. Another pup. They're all sleeping. Haha, they've all fallen asleep. My mission is accomplished. So, POV, me gently trying to be supportive about his performance struggles, but deep down, I wish he felt comfortable enough to open up to me. Mojo gives men a safe, judgment-free space to talk. Ladies, put your men on. Mental health awareness, mental health, relationship advice. It's an app called Mojo. Advice for men, men's mental health. Selling something, the app called Mojo. Thirst trap.
This, but to all my kings out there, please remember, no man can steal your girl. They can steal your problem, but a real woman can never be stolen.
Remember, men, infidelity is never your fault. If a woman leaves you, it's all stuff that she did. If she cheats on you, it's her fault. It's never something you did. Don't accept responsibility. Oh, what was the context for this one? Oh, it was this one. Okay. Buckle in. About to see some bigotry.
The biggest mental health organizations in the United States, and the first and biggest thing you see on their homepage is about June being Pride Month. Once again, I'm not against Pride Month, but Pride Month is not a mental health holiday.
Sure, if you discount the entire struggle of the LGBTQ community, its entire history, and how people in the US still view them, I'm sure you might not see it as a mental health issue, or a mental health theme, or a mental health category. But I would say it probably has quite a bit to do with mental health. But also, can't you celebrate both months? Can't you celebrate June as being both Men's Mental Health Awareness Month and Pride Month? I don't think there's anything preventing anybody from celebrating both. That would be really weird if you tried to, like, oh, they're preventing us from celebrating our month. Well, why are you trying to wave rainbow flags around? I'm trying to celebrate my mental health awareness. And the gay person on the float's just like, go ahead. And the guy's like, well, I can't. You're waving that rainbow flag in my face. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? Where is this float? Is the float driving down a small town street just kind of by itself in this scenario? Where are they being contacted by this person that I've come up with? I can't substantiate my own made-up scenarios. This is what we've come to. Anywho, I thought it was really funny that this person said that. So I want to take a look at some more of their
Here's
stuff.
how I stopped feeling anxious about raising my hand in class in just 6 weeks.
Are you in high school?
Depends really on the person and the challenge itself. I'll share with you the rest of the process through my first challenge and how long that ended up taking. I continued to do my baby step uncomfortable challenge, you know, day after day, raising my hand every single day. I started to slowly notice.
Oh, social anxiety. I'm seeing his username now. I get it. But the, like...
Biggest mistake people make
why have that view
is that they take on a challenge that is way too big. You may be tempted to.
So why was I hating on you then? What was the thing? Oh yeah, the gay pride. So what where do people get these things, you know? Like, I mean, I don't feel like a lot of this is anti-gay, right? Although I do have issues with people who support Kobe Bryant. Sorry if you do, cynical. There's a lot of people who did and do support Kobe Bryant. What? Yeah, see, I don't know if he's being disingenuous. I think he's just like sort of there took our jabsing Pride Month. Because I'm not really seeing any kind of like I mean, I'm maybe there's I don't know. There always could be controversial like takes inside the content of the video itself, but I'm not seeing anything outwardly. Go outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, I have 2 rules.
Oh,
what?
Okay.
Rule number 1, always.
That's not it. There it is.
Can we skip to the good part?
It doesn't really work that way.
What do you mean? I did the thing with the
Go outside
hand.
your comfort zone.
Yeah, no,
do it again.
that's not actually real.
It's not?
You have to actually finish it.
I do?
Yeah.
I don't know who that applies to, but there you go. Roughly 50,000 men die from self-harm. I think that's supposed to say a month, but yeah, let's just celebrate a rainbow flag. I mean, some of those men are gay men. I would assume that some are also trans men. A very small percentage, but that accounts for everyone that ticks the little M box. So, I don't know. And I'm guessing that statistic was not taken after Trump passed that pronoun executive order, so I don't know. I'm gonna say bad advice. You can do both. You can celebrate both. You can celebrate the gay people and the straight people and the trans people and the men's mental health people. You can celebrate all that. There's nothing preventing anyone from dual disciplining this shit. All right? All right.
Suicide, the biggest killer. 75% of all suicides are men, and it's particularly 40 to 50-year-old men who have grown up now, working, their kids are grown up essentially, and they're getting this midlife crisis. A lot of men are losing a sense of purpose. Their kids are grown up now, kids don't need them anymore. Perhaps their role as a provider's gone now, their wife might be working as well. That kind of role as
there you go. That's the red flag. Did you hear it?
Provider, alpha male, those stones. The biggest killer of men under 45.
Did you hear that? Play it one more time.
75% of all suicides are men, and it's particularly 40 to 50-year-old men who have grown up now, working, their kids are grown up essentially.
Okay, so far so good, so far so good.
Men are losing a sense of purpose. Their kids are grown up now, kids don't need them anymore. Perhaps their role as a provider's gone now, their wife might be working as well. That kind of role as a provider, alpha male, those stones. The biggest killer of men under 45 is suicide. The biggest killer. 75%.
Here's where you went wrong, buddy. Men don't have to be working and then the woman has to be at home. That's just not a thing, man. Alpha male, that's not a thing. The guy who coined that term regrets ever saying it. I mean, let's just be honest. You feel inferior. This is covering your feeling. This is a projection or a sale to lonely men, lonely insecure men of services that they either, don't need or can't afford. Perhaps. Who knows? Maybe once this guy gets him on the hook, brings him into the office, maybe he's got good advice after that. I don't know that is true just from hearing what's going on here.
There are rules and regulations. When you go to a bank, you'll have a queue. When you go to a school, there's an assembly. Society functions with rules. But I think a lot of people now are mostly this idea of liberalism and free-for-all.
Oh, well. Womp womp.
We're seeing in certain metrics a breakdown of society, breakdown of marriage, drug use is on the rise, alcohol.
A breakdown of what you see as traditional marriage, not actually marriage. I think the stats are down across the board for demographics. I'm pretty sure that less people overall are getting married, not due to any societal anything. It's just people can't afford to live as a couple. They have to have roommates. They can't afford to pay for a wedding. Their parents can't afford to pay for a wedding because they're millennials. And now I think Gen Zers are starting to approach the age of having kids. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot more factors that go into people not being married as much. Men not being married as much, societies breaking down.
Rapes and these kind of,
Okay, you can't just throw that out there. Wow, he just... Society breakdown, marriage, drug use is on the rise, alcohol, unfortunately, rapes. Like, what? That's just to get your soundbite. That's like, you're gonna chop this up, right? I need that to be in the short. All right? That's freaking dynamite. Make sure you put a star where the A is, so that no one knows what I'm saying. Don't bleep the word, or don't, unfortunately, sort of censored word. And you include that You include that in like the vices of society. Oh, I really hope you're talking about the perpetrators and not the victims. Hoo boy. I mean, and what a thing to throw in there. Like, what a escalation of events. He's got it on the brain. Those are the three things that he knows he would be doing if he wasn't a God-fearing man.
Use on the rise, alcohol, grapes, and these kind of, you know, vices.
He said it. He said vices. So apparently getting graped is a vice.
Of society, sexual crime, theft, corruption, etc. Have rules and regulations.
Do you see his really quick recovery there? Sexual violence, crime, theft, you name it. I promise I wasn't advocating for anything. Yeah. So, Dragon's Den Journey, is that the show, like the
As a doctor, I'm seeing so much addiction problems in men. They're trying to wash away their problems. They're trying to soothe themselves with
like
medication, with tablets. But let's get to the beginning of the problem and give men purpose back in their life. And it starts with brotherhood. Brotherhood has been disintegrated now. Women do it all the time. Women are very good at sticking together. Friendship groups, WhatsApp groups, just talking, going out. Men need to do it more. We need to make sure men are talking, men are working out, men are in shape. Because an in-shape body usually has an in-shape mind. As a doctor, I'm seeing so much addiction problems in men.
He kind of jumped around a little bit from point to point, never really making a point.
Trying to wash away their problems. They're trying to.
So men are trying to wash away their. I can't seek on this. Goddamn. You know what? Screw you.
Commit suicide at 2.5 times the rate women do. It's the biggest killer of men under 45. Bigger than diabetes, heart attacks, stroke.
See,
bigger than
people keep bandying this about. People keep saying like, oh, you know, oh, this the sluice slide. Rates are up, men's depression is up, everybody's depression is up. When they say men's depression, they're looking at demographics that include all fucking demographics. They can very easily click on any other demographic and see that the percentages are increasing as time goes on. I mean, there are, I'm sure, certain demographics that where it doesn't increase, like people who underreport, people who are either afraid of retribution from reporting, people who are in positions of power who don't necessarily feel depressed all the time, or people who are very well off and who can't afford to feel depressed, you know, like it's weird to just sector men away like this. But then again, it also provides an insight into sort of how these people tend to view the world, which is tribally.
Suicide,
weirdly tribally.
Such a big thing. If one person can be prevented from suicide, be prevented from a mental breakdown, then that's for me job completed.
So then what you need to do is you need to make sure that you are understanding and accepting that different walks of life exist, including gay people and non-religious people, because I know I did my research, right? It's all about having and this isn't even the guy who's the channel's username is Janice. So unless this guy's name is Janice, I think he's got a Facebook stan. Janice Hopkins. Ooh, maybe it's AI, you know? It looks kind of weird. Like it's all obviously upscaled or filtered.
Father attain mastery, intellectual mastery.
Come on, Shorts, you suck.
See your parent, elderly father. My youngest is a COVID baby, and he was born in the first wave, actually.
Could that be AI? I mean, I guess it always could be, but is it likely? I don't know. They have, like, India, I know, I'm not saying that because I think the guy's Indian. I don't know what nationality is, but I know that India's news channels have AI hosts that look pretty darn real. You can tell that they're AI, but they look pretty darn real. And there could have been some advancements since then. I know I saw, like, I saw a video on YouTube that was, it was like an AI generated video, and it was pretty real to life looking. Authentic look. It looked pretty authentic, I guess, is the best way to say that. Yeah, so, no good. No joy. No joy. Alright, so we got through all of the React content, which is, that's a boon for anyone who doesn't enjoy the hot take content and more enjoys the chill gaming content. We're going to be slaying zombies here in a bit. It's either that or more COD. I don't know, Cynical, I think you're the only one in here. You might just even be lurking, so let me know if you want to see either Surround Dead or COD. But I got the bug again. I gotta get my accuracy up so I can compete the next, or with the next COD that comes out. Get my headshots in line, unlock my camos. And then Surround Dead is just, a good old classic fun time. I'm gonna grab some more water, use the restroom, and then I'll be right back. I put a T there. On purpose. Ah. Wife got me a chocolate bar. It is 60% cacao. Who does that? What kind of gift is that? 60% cacao. Who eats 60% cacao? I still have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. All right, I've received no input. We're going with Surround Dead. Gotta find the icon. Slide this aside. Go. Whoop. Oh, nope, that doesn't want to shrink. Okay. Then just minimize it. And then we will bring it back up again. That's how we do that, everybody. Everybody knows that's how I do when I do this and when I take a poo. But I don't take a poo on stream because that would be disgusting. But just like every other human, I poo. Just like you and you and you. And especially you. If you're just joining, feel free to contribute a forename or surname if you've got one in the chamber. Otherwise, I think this mic is moving on its own. I might be hitting it like, and it's like adjusting. I gotta get a new one of these, man. I gotta get a new everything. So this is why I need to get partner affiliate, because if I want to invest more in the stream, I gotta make money to invest in the stream, and I specifically promised myself that I would only use money that came from the stream to pay for the stream, because I don't have like money to just be thrown around. And I need a new webcam. I need to get like like something different than this, the mic stand that I have right now. It's like, I don't know. I hated the one that goes on your desk, like it has a clamp or something, and like you screw it on, or it's like a, I don't know. They felt so flimsy. But this one, it's gotten to the point where I think it's being worn out a little bit, like the locking thing, but it feels heavy duty, and it feels like a professional quality, professional grade, whatever you'd call it, studio mic stand. And the mic that's in it is pretty high end too. I mean, you can hear it sounds good, you know, AT2020, one of the higher end home models anyway. Anyway, yeah, that's where that's where I'm at. I'm at a point where I gotta get some you know, upgrades, some replacements. Oh, my fans. Oh, my fan situation. Usually get pretty good airflow, but I have the small fans instead of the big ones. Gotta get the big ones. Other than that, it's I think it's pretty much just peripherals. My mouse is like 12 years old at this point. Use a professional ring light. The one I'm using is just like from a thrift store. Also, I could use a tripod for my camera. If I do get like a webcam, it would be nice to have it be able to be used for an actual production. So, you know, an actual like camera that you can make a movie from. I can't let you outside. It's too hot. It's too hot. You're very cute. I will acknowledge that. Oh, got a scratchy spot. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. You can tell when you hit a good scratchy spot, because then either they start scratching with their hind legs, or they do a big stretch. And that spot like scrunches up. You can tell. You can tell. And the cool thing about this pup is that she learns, or she's learned from a very early age that she's gonna receive mostly pets and scratches, and at the very least a gentle push out of the way. But I think she initially got, you know, afraid just because she wasn't used to humans or whatever, and or maybe she had seen someone like mistreating a dog, or I don't know. But I think a lot of the other dogs that we had been sort of traumatized and not really like into the idea of people actually being nice to them. Like they didn't know that was what was happening. Long story short, this one fully knows. She is known from when she was very, very small that people are just gonna frickin' be drawn to her, no matter how stinky she is. Jesus. She's like a walking toot factory. She doesn't even eat beans or anything. Can't imagine. Can't imagine. The doctor tried to tell us to put her on like probiotics and you know, fancy food or whatever, like special diet. And I was like, you want her tooting more? No, sir. Just building a little bowl here, and then we can start her up. How old should I be? 1,000? Can I put 1,000? I can put 1,000. I'll be 1,000 years old. I'm a friggin' vampire. Look at me! I'm flying! I've got wings like a bat, but teeth like a man. Except for these two, they're very sharp and pointy. Who is this character that I'm playing? I'll get back to you on that. Give me one moment. Cheers. BT dubs. All right. I've taken so long that it is now nighttime at the splash screen, or at the home screen. I don't know what they call it, which is always funny. I've actually gotten into a lot of games that I haven't been feeling for like the last decade, like zombie games. I never was a big fan of hardcore survival, like DayZ and stuff. But and same with what is it? Infiltration, like game modes, like where you go in and you like Tarkov, and then the other games like the modes in Delta Force and COD that are trying to like emulate that. Like, I'm no stranger to those, but I also don't really like those game modes. I don't like hardcore survival. I don't like having to loot like health items and food and drink and stuff like that. I'd rather just shooty shoot and scooty scoot. And Delta Force is a little bit more like that. Like it you can still lose everything, which again, I don't like. What's the point of playing a game if you're just gonna lose everything the first time you die? You know? Because then you use skill and discipline and you know, good problem solving. I get it. I get it. Now you're getting it. I'm not gonna let you outside. She wants to go outside. She's gonna pout. That is her way. She's a pouter. Not a powder, a pouter. I've been playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I am not a big fan of the JRPG style turn-based combat model, but the story so far has been compelling enough that I think I can look past it for now. But like I said, that's sort of like part of the whole, for some reason I'm becoming okay with games I didn't really used to play before, so I don't know. It's kind of cool. You can't you can't see him, but I'm making him a very handsome survivor. We'll see his daytime thing at some point, I promise. I think this is keeping the same levels that we set for. I'm still going to be trying to keep in theme with only adding a bag in a bag if it makes sense, which I understand is not going to be as limiting as it should be, but we'll take all that in due time. I'm going to change my settings real quick. Categories, rounded, EEAD, instead of what I did yesterday. To me. Done. And then I will switch my live stream to gaming on here. We gotta do the old go around. Dead. Save. Information confirmed. What is that accent? Oof. All right, so I'm not gonna rage quit if I die. I might. If it's nope, that's actually there's see you can see that's an irradiated zone. Zombies just kind of popping up. We don't want to go over there. That's a bad time. That's gonna be a bad time. And we can go around it. I think there's like a lone farmhouse over there somewhere. Usually has some guns in it. I'm guessing the loot is like procedurally generated. I don't think it's going to be the same thing each time. It might be, I don't know. Since I just have a knife for right now to skip just killing the zombies, typically it's a good idea, as has been my experience, because they tend to have items on them that I can use, like sometimes even guns and armor and stuff. So maybe I'll regret it. What are you doing? Don't you hear your friends? The dinner bells are ringing. Ring-a-ding-ding is what it says. Ring-a-ding, ding-dong, ding-dong ditch. No! 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 Why am I letting them get... Oh, I'm bleeding, that's why. I was like, why am I still taking damage? That was poor. That was poor. Poor performance. Oh, hello. Oh my god. Be more intuitive and user-friendly. Don't do it. Oh yeah. Don't overreach. Got this weapon now. You don't have to be so aggressive. Talking to myself. Owie! Stupid physics swinging. Poopy zombie man. Stupid poopy. Stoopsy. Stoopsy poopsy. Oh, bandage. Thank you. Bandages. Bandages. Some 762 or 556. 45 ACP. Well. Neither of the things that I said. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why don't you go lay down? Fine, I'll open the door for you. I'll open the door. Oh, I got a baseball bat. Be right back. Banner. That's good. Looks like good. I got good airflow going. I think I've engineered some sort of cross breeze. Oh. Let's hope I did something. All right. I certainly do. Crowbar, 2 crowbars. I think someone had a baseball bat. Baseball bat. Baseball bat. 25, 22, 24, 25. I can get into doors. You can get into locked doors with a crowbar, so it's kind of good to have. Though it does take up a lot of space. What are you? Is there? What did I see? I thought I saw one. Nope, no zombies. No zombo and no loot, which is always super duper. Super duper cool. All that loot that I got was were great and very plentiful. And is that a freaking unicorn? No. White star. White star. White star. There's gonna be loot in that antenna, I bet. I betcha. Is that a radio station? No, that's a big old nothing. Oh hey, loot. There is some loot. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Like they said in that one rap song. Rap song alpha. Period. Colon backslash. XXX. 3, 4, 5. Oh, see, I knew there was a lone house over there. Oh no, that's the one I just came from. Damn it! So as you can see, I made my stamina more on par with DayZ. It goes down, but it doesn't go down easily. Do I want to be... Am I circling back too close to the... So there's an irradiated zone that I was skirting around. And I think it's off in this direction. Looking for the dead trees. I might just be like all the way on the other side of this thing. I kind of remember this locale. Oh, don't slide too far. Gonna break your hip, boy. Okay, well, Chester Lake. That's a poi. If you're freaky. No, that's a poi if you're nasty. That's what it is. I'm not after you yet. As soon as I get a ranged weapon, all that. Ah! I wasn't after you, but I am now. I didn't know you were just gonna stand right there. I'll take it. I will take it. I'll take it over the bullets. For now, that is for sure. Should I take it over the bullets? Bullets are probably gonna be more plentiful than... You know what? Locked doors are pretty rare, has been my experience, so bullets are more important. We will keep bullet train rolling. Hey, that actually made sense. There is a bullet train. That wasn't incoherent nonsense like I normally spout, right? I win for now. For some reason. Not even a competition. But I won! I'll kill you too! Nope. You saw what I did to his friend, so... I don't blame him. I would run from me too. Now, clothing is interesting. Oh, hell yeah. Cowboy hat. And a cool mask. And some... I guess trail shoes? I like a blue shirt better than an orange shirt. And some capris? Hell freaking yeah. Aw, look at him. Look how cool he looks. We're gonna go bash some zombies' brains in. Hopefully. I've been known to fail at that. Every now and again. Ow, my back. I've been slouching. I'm trying to be at better posture all the time. Guys, remind me, if I'm not at a good posture, if I start slouching, you can't hide in there. You can't hide in there. If I start slouching, let me know. Ow, because then... Oh, what happened to you, bud? Then my back just starts hurting for the rest of the evening. I gotta take ibuprofen. If I do it enough, it's gonna destroy my liver. You know how it goes. You know. We are gonna go a little later than 2 to... Oh, sledgehammer. I wanna be a sledgehammer. I know there's gonna be a zombie creeping up on me, but I've got a decision to make here. Well, we'll root around and we'll see if we can find an old shoot. Oh, perhaps there's a shooty shoot in here. No, there's not a shooty shoot. Riot boots though, and army gloves. Get that. I heard you, loud and clear. That's what that's for. had nothing? Did you have anything? No, you got torn limb from limb. Oh, so did you. Oh my god. Rough treatment. Ow, posture. Gonna eat that. There were MREs on that guy, weren't there? Let's make some panda gel. Then we'll throw away the cloth. Wasn't that one? It wasn't that one. It was not that one. Where was it? Where was it? What did I? What's happening? What? Oh, the MREs. Beret or cowboy hat? Cowboy hat. Why is that even a question? And we'll drop that because we got a better food source. 9mm probably gonna be. I'm guessing a handgun is what's gonna be found first. So that's I'm gonna bank on that. And I'm gonna keep the 9. Oh, bolt cutters are very useful. Oh, secure container. Okay. Now that's interesting. Let's put our food in there. And perhaps some ammo? Ammo. Why not put everything in there? Yeah, why the hell not, you know? Shabing-a-bang, shablam-a-blam, and a kaslam-a-slam. Now I can pick up... Oh, I didn't mean to grab both of those. Not even the thing. I wanted the ammo or the muffler. No, I hear you. I hear you. Don't you think you can sneak up on me? I heard footsteps. Bam. Shablam. I know there are more coming. Yeah, I know there are more coming. I didn't say anything explicit. 5.56, 7.62, 9mm 45. Drop 7.62 for the muffler. Is that what it's called in a different country? Like in the UK? Oh man, medical stuff. Damn it. You sprinter son of a... Batter up. Even though it's not a baseball bat. The message was clear. I can't reach. Get cracked on the head. Huh. We just need some sunglasses now, you know? And then maybe upgrade the stuff that we have, I guess. It looks pretty cool right now. Looks pretty ready to take on the apocalypse. Ready, Freddy. It would be nice to have a car. Ooh, random. Random's good. Is it what we wanted though? 308. There's a few things that use 308. Water drink and we'll fill them at the. Oh, hello. You thought you could sneak up on me, did you? Too bad. You get bonked. Don't know if I can just drink directly from the lake, but I think I can fill these bottles. Fill. Drink. Oh, get out of here. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. Share song. Tee-hee. Oh, you could use some more water, my friend. Now we can probably pick up something else. Who had something we wanted? Was it 308? It was not a lockpick. It was... Yeah, the 308. Alright, so now we've got a good assortment of ammo, but it's not exactly plentiful. It is what it is, and you know, that's all it is, really. So that's all it really can be. I said really a lot there. Oh, so there's a POI that I want to visit, but I want to go to this shack first. The Love Shack. I don't know why it started to sound like Love Boat. Soon we'll be making another shack. I don't think, is that a usable car? I don't think that's, no, it's rusted out. Dag burn it. My throat. I needed to clear my throat. And it made my, oh, hello. Well, I guess I didn't need to waste those water bottles. Could have held on to them. That's fine. We often don't find what we want the first time around. I don't know what kind of philosophical gobbledygook that was, but it made me feel better. 12 gauge. Now there are a few. 5.56 is pretty common too. God damn. Told y'all about that cottonmouth. It is crazy. Well, I'm probably gonna find a lot more crowbars along the way, so I'm not super worried about it. I mean, hell. Well, hell. I gotta get a shooty shoot. Oh, see, help me correct my posture. Help me keep it going. I gotta get a shooty shoot, because that way I can remove the muffler from my inventory, and that'll be nice. So that's the POI I want to go to. I don't know if I even need to kill these guys right now. Probably, I'll see if they'll follow me. We'll do a mass zombie slaying. Not zombies laying. Oh, there it is. That's a motel. I don't know if I've been to this one before. Oh no, I had to run. I ran by it before. When I think I had the zombies dialed up way too much. Weird emphasis on all that stuff I was saying. Hiya! I will hammer! I'll hammer all day, damn it. Come get it. Ooh, he tried to slap me. Oh, bonk. 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 Bonkity bonk. Blibbity blap. Shlibbity dip. Bibbity wrap. I think the others lost sight of me. They didn't have LOS. God damn. My dry throat is or my resiny throat is ruining all of my meme references that keep me current with the kids these days, you know? So it's hard to get people to relate if you're not current with the lingo. I remember in my day we used to call things the bomb. Now a trapper hat might be more fun than a cowboy hat. Because you get to see, you know, the face and the face mask and all that. I think it's more fun, right? Black shirt, blue shirt. Black's always like sleeker and cool. You know, you'd be all like sleek and highlighted and cool. Okay, he looks a little ridiculous now. It'll be fine. Black heavy jeans. Look at that. Look, boom. Black heavy jeans. And now we have another secure container, which is you can definitely carry 2 of those around. That does make sense, but it would be nice to find a backpacker. Backpacker. If you're of the Japanese persuasion. Hell yeah! And some SIGs. Some Stogs. Some Stogmeister. Although oh man, I have a nose hair that is growing out of my nose right now. I know that sounds gross, but that is just the nature of being an old man. I don't have any 12 gauge ammo, so that'll be a thing. Yeah, look at how cool he looks. He looks so much more sophisticated with a cigarette in his mouth. Don't smoke, kids, because you'll look too cool and you'll get slayed by all the ladies that and guys. I guess if like I can't tell you what you're into. I can only tell you what I'm into. But where was I? Is it nighttime? It is not nighttime. I can set my spawn point though. Hell yeah. That's not something to really celebrate that much. 8 slots. That's right. I'm wearing a skirt. And my name is Dirt McGurk. Skirt Dirk McGurk. Is it close enough to nighttime yet? Is it close enough to nighttime? Should I wait? Doesn't tell me what time it is. I don't think it's late enough to worry about using the bed per se. I don't care. I'm nowhere near ready to take on a helicopter. There we go. Gosh darn. Hoo-wee. That was a good find. I have nothing more to say about that than it was a good find. So we did it. Another sledgehammer. Sledgehammer. How won't you call my name? Ow! Sledgehammer. Why am I getting all this furniture? Yeah, I want to carry around a couch. Thank you. That's what I want to do. I would love to just lug around this extra couch. Yeah! What? How? You can't. I can't put this inside of itself. There we go. There we go. Okay. We did it. We did it, gang. All right, so again, sorry, I hit the mic there. If you weren't watching the previous stream, my goal here is to make sure that I'm trying to adhere to some kind of a grounded idea to avoid the whole what currency and key cards. Okay, well, I'm trying to keep some kind of grounded reality to the bag within a bag situation. So I am going to be agonizing over it most of the time. Briefcase. I mean, what the fudge do we need that goes inside a briefcase with that many slots? You know, that seems ridiculous. What was that? Oh, it's raining outside, that's why. Oh no, I already did this. Is it not raining? Yeah, it's. I don't need no stinking light. It would be nice to see though. Okay, we're gonna assume that we're headed in the right direction towards the bed. I'm trying to Okay. We're gonna go into the I have to look at my monitor a certain way. Oh, here we go. Here's the okay. There we go. Whew, okay, I had to find the bed to sleep in. That was almost frustrating. I guess I didn't explore these. I don't need any more capris. I will take a 9mm magazine though. Hell yeah, I will. And we are still doing good on food and stuff. Lantern is a good one to have. Batteries. Because lantern, so far, it doesn't need fuel from what I could see. So it's just kind of like a constant light source. If you ever encounter a situation like I did, you just put down the lantern and easily gain your bearings. Well, I don't have a GPS or a compass. Ow, I'm slouching for a reason. I'm stretching my back. Don't get on my case just yet. Ouchie. Yeah, so we got a shotgun. I want to go to some city where the lootin's where the looting and the shooting is good, is darn tootin'. Where the looting and the shooting are all darn tootin'. There you go. That sounded good in my brain. I guess? In my brain. That sounded good in my brains. Brain juices. Can I search this? Yeah, I'm not even in their line of sight anymore. I was just gonna say, can I search this without getting accosted? Ah, I hear you, son of a... Is that all that was in there? The helicopters are supposed to have stuff. Yeah. I think that's the direction that I came from, potentially. I'm not 100% on that, but I think I need to go to the behind me. Get thee behind me, Satan! Was that Satan that he was talking to? What you doing? What were you doing out there? Eating poops? Eating poops out there? They like to eat poops. It's not something I taught them. Or is it? Oh good, an automobile repair shop for that car I have. Perhaps there, nope, that's a burnt out vehicle. Well, I don't have a vehicle to repair, sirs. Good sirs. Auto repair shop, brothers. Is it brothers? It doesn't say. Brothers repairs. It's, you know, you brothers, you're brothers. Everyone's a brother. Ow! He broke my leg. He broke my damn leg. That's all right. Instantly fixed. I killed a grand total of one of them. First swing. That was cool. Group them up. Take them down. Yeah, you can lift your head up for me to just kind of smack it there. That's a smart zombie move, although that kind of, I guess, would be a contradiction, wouldn't it? Harvesting loot. All right. Might be a crawler or two left that went out of line of sight, but mostly cleaned up. And more clothes, not a bad thing. Unless it's clothes I don't need. Binoculars, never a bad thing. Camera though, not what I need right now. Don't really need crafting stuff at the moment. I would just put the water bottles in the dry bag. That makes sense. And where's the auto repair kit in this auto repair shop? Huh? Come on. 34, 44, don't really need it. Not crafting right now, but I will take the wire cutters and I will rip up the gloves. I'll definitely take the tent. That is a big W. Big W. I love a tent. Everybody loves a tent. Drop that. Put that in there. Do I have... Where's my medical supplies? I guess... Stick to just putting ammo... Or... No, okay, whatever. We'll decide that later when we get more bags. What goes where. If we get more bags. If we don't die before that. All right. I guess moving on. I think there was one. Oh, that's where a vehicle repair kit would be, and gas. I think there was, yeah, crates. El Kratos. Wait, Kratos? That's not bad. Although I guess it would be practical to keep a pickaxe in a duffel bag, like a big military duffel bag. Those things can fit a lot. Like guns and stuff. Oh, what is that? Little shed. Some zombos walking around, wandering around, saying what's up. Getting ready to greet guests. Ah, I have been here before. Okay, I am now aware, sort of my surroundings. I defeated an infection here at nighttime without any NVGs or lighting. It was quite the process. It's not fun. Because when you attack infestations to a certain health level, they spawn zombies that are a little bit faster and stronger than the default zombies, and that wasn't fun. It wasn't fun for me. I don't think it wasn't fun for anybody that was, you know, in my brain. In my brain? Yep, in my brains. Zombie brains. You're supposed to go directly into the briefcase, aren't you? I think that's sort of like the deal with putting it in the container slot, taking up a whole slot for it. You gotta be intuitive. Come on. Infestations, though, have real good items that you can get from them, so it's very worth it to destroy them when you can. Oh, there's a guy stuck inside this thing. Luckily, my hammer goes through walls. There we go. That's nice. It's better swing speed, and that sledgehammer takes way too much inventory space. So if I was gonna keep it, I have to be like, okay, well, I gotta justify taking up like what, 12 spaces, I think, something like that. It's a lot. It's a lot and too much. And also not enough. What? Who knows anymore, you know? Who knows anything? Now that is the road that I was on. Oh my god, did we make just a big circle? No, actually what happened was I backtracked the other side of the radiation area. It's got durability but no gas, and I'm guessing that there's more than enough gas to take it back to Gas Town, aka the vehicle repair shop, so we can loot some Gas Town gasoline, aka gasoline. Smash this guy. Not with the shotgun. I just burped. Refuel this guy, and we've got a working vehicle. Still don't know what direction we're headed. Still a bit of a question. Is it the question? Yeah, it's also the question. It's the question and a question. As soon as we fill it, put the rest of the gas. Nope. Nope. Okay. Wait. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is the rest of the gas. All right, good. Gas is gone. And probably find some more gas in there. Hopefully a vehicle repair kit. And there it is. Perfecto. Salvage? Usually just metal. I don't know if I've ever seen anything other than metal come from it. Pretty sure that was just metal. Yeah, 18 metal. That's pretty cool. That's not a bad amount. I give myself a little bit of health. The MRE would do real good right now. And we're up, all the way up. And repair. And then we've got a fully working vehicle. Bada bing, bada boom. As somebody says. I'm sure somebody says that. Somebody somewhere. And I do have more gas. So we will gas in the car. Also put the pickaxe in the car. And now that we have a car, we will use it for storing our camping stuff. Save on some space. Shabama blamma. So we just came from that direction. So I guess backtracking a little bit more, but not too bad. Try not to run over the zombies. That's better practice. Going through visited territory. Just gonna follow the road, really. Wait till we get to a decent sized town type area. We still need either 12 gauge ammo or another gun, another shooty McPoopy. This is oh, that was an easy one. I'm sorry. Give him a nice little dinner bell. Because right now, where we're at in terms of shooty shoots is all ammo, no gun. Which is not a place we want to be. We want to be lots of ammo, lots of gun. Okay, don't move your body that way. Whoa, hello. Should have taken a look behind me. In all fairness. Should always be just kind of like checking it out, making it work. Tell me what TV show that's from. You win 1,000 internet points. Ow! Ma and Pa. I see you. Oh wait, what? I thought I saw you. I thought I saw that person walking towards me, the zombie person. Zombie person. I don't like that it does that weird physics thing when it swings and you start running immediately. Feels like sort of a natural handicap, but I don't really like it. I'm again it. I'm not for it. I'm again it. Vehicle wreck. There's nothing. Nothing. Where's your crown king? Nothing. Oh, hey. We got a gun. We got a gun. What did I do? Cool. Load her up. I don't think we have any other 12 gauge, 12 gauge. Hey, we do have 12 gauge. Sweet. All right. I didn't think that we had any this whole time. Apparently we did. That's a crazy. Good, Fruit. How are you doing? It hasn't been as unproductive as the last time I tried this, where I died of starvation. I got like a bunch of good like guns and ammo and all kinds of stuff, and died from starvation. Died slowly. It was super cool. I was not having fun with that one. No siree, Bob. 25 though. That's a good damage for how fast that thing moves. Yeah. It does indeed. How are you doing today? Oh, I already asked you that. Sorry. I have ADHD. I forget a lot of stuff very quickly. I even forget what I'm doing most of the time. It's one of those things where, like, you know how you go into a room and then you forget why you walked in there in the first place? I feel that a lot. I'm also stoned, so that could contribute to it. Just need, so I guess, I mean, I got to working guns now. I guess I'm not as worried about the situation we're in. Why are you just stuck in the... Why are you just stuck? What's up? And that one has pretty good noise suppression, so I guess I'm not really worried about using it either. Yeah. Yeah, I like the duffel bag. As I said before, when I started the stream, I'm trying to make sure to keep the bag storage thing, the bagception that tends to go on in this game, I'm trying to keep it somewhat grounded in reality. So I think I'm doing an okay job of that so far. All right, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. Flare gun would definitely go into a big duffel bag. I don't have any flares though, also. No, I know some people, like, they are all about the bagception. It's like a meme at this point. Like, it's just the community is like embraced it, and you have to like turn it off in order for it to function differently. Like, that's pretty cool. I like when like the community is super passionate about the game that they play. It's pretty cool, pretty darn cool. Let me tell you, I got enough food, I got enough water, I got an energy drink. We're doing great. We got a vehicle. I am not worried about any of this stuff. Did I already do that house? Yeah, I found it recently too. I had played games like Project Zomboid and Daisy and stuff like that, but I had not played sort of like the mixture between the two, which is I guess that's kind of like my realm. Like I'm a little bit more comfortable with that kind of stuff than both like hardcore survival or isometric stuff. Like I don't like the viewpoint of isometric games. Oh, are they friendly or evil? Friendly or evil? They haven't opened fire yet, so I assume they're friendly. Yeah. They would have opened fire a little while ago. All right, dudes. Is there a horde nearby that I can lead to you? Probably not. Nope, doesn't look like it. I guess, but I'd have to round them up. Although there's a pretty decent amount of them. Hitting the horn does anything. Yeah, I guess they're already trying to do, they're working on like a multiplayer sort of situation. And then fishing, I think, is either getting an overhaul or got an overhaul or something. I don't know. They're working on it. It's like one person, right? One person, two people. Yeah, co-op. And I think, I think part of the plans that I had heard in the article, like on the updates that I read, was like that they want to start doing, like the servers, like how, like you would find a dedicated server, dedicated WAM. I think they got their attention plenty. If not, give them a little more incentive. Dinner bell. It's the apocalypse. We gotta use all the resources we can, and one of those resources are friendly people. They will put themselves in harm's way, so we don't so that we don't have to. Ow! Don't shoot my vehicle. No, I mean, I start a new game each time I play, so I don't know why I wouldn't pick permadeath, but no, I didn't really think about using that as an option. Not for any reason other than just never really thought about the way that I've been playing. Yeah. I guess the option to like save and go right, that doesn't mean that it means there's no autosave or something. Something like that. Don't chase the car, go chase the guns. Whatever. All right, bye. Don't die. I hope you guys survive. Oh yeah, I definitely have not been 100% gamer certified. Well, I don't think that Lone Country Cottage really has, so I'm gonna skip it. I'm not gonna hit every little house, especially now that we have like a somewhat reliable weapon. Don't groan at me. Whoa! Don't stand in my way. Do I need anything from the gas station? Do I need anything from the gas station? Do I need... Should I hurry up? Should I just keep going? I think I should keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I don't know why you would torture yourself like that. That does not sound fun. What's that? Overturned trailer? Would that have something in it? Is this a thing? Is that a thing? Is this a... What's out there? Why is there a group of zombies over there? They're not usually just in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, you know, I don't like how shaky the first person is on this. I would use it more often, but I don't like how it's all like blah, 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 blah. It all feels like jello, you know? It's too much like the old Arma DayZ. Can't handle it. Makes me sick. Or feel sick. Makes me sick. Gives me the wobbles. The wibbly wobbles. What on earth was that noise? Did you burp or what'd you do? Jesus. Does Tarkov feel like that? Like the weird jerky movements? Because if so, then I'm glad I don't play it. That would be no fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, there could be some good stuff here, I guess. Alright, well then I'm glad I don't play it. I did, I don't... What do they call those again? I don't know why I'm forgetting the genre of game. Oh no, I didn't mean to. I thought I was using melee weapon. Almost took a slap to the face. Infiltration. What do they call it? Damn it. Where you're like going in and getting something. It's like, oh, I need these crafting materials for this thing, so I'm gonna go and loot it. What is that called? Man. Like open world, you're going and you're grabbing loot and scoot, then time to boot. Dark Zone from... I'm blanking on the name. I don't think I have another clip. I do not have another clip. It's Axie time. Meet my friend extraction shooters. Jesus Christ. I was like, it's what you do when you leave. It's when you leave the thing. What is that? Yeah, extraction shooters. I've never really been into those. And Tarkov is like sort of the most hardcore one, right? Like that's the one that people are always like, oh, you know, people got to make a fully fledged game like Tarkov, but like for the AAA market. And I'm like, please don't. You know, I don't mind them. That the problem is that I'm a bit of an antisocial gamer. Like I didn't have a group of friends that I played with growing up, so it's hard for me to find cohesive groups. And so I join solos if I do anything like that, and I can't do well because I'm not with a coordinated team. And it's not because I don't like have the skill. I have okay skill, like I can top the leaderboards in any shooter I'm in, but it's just that I'm not like, I don't have a team, I can't communicate, and I don't like honestly communicating very much, at least outside of work. Like I'm a good communicator at work and in my marriage, but you know, I don't want to communicate all the time, you know. I'm trying to be transparent, you know, and trying to be honest with myself and other people, you know. I just want to make sure that I'm putting my expectations out there. But I want to do the fun coordinated thing. I think most of us are, you know, we have the desire to replicate the experiences that we see on other like YouTubers pages or on their like videos, so it makes sense. Oh, not gonna get snuck up on. Drop that, drop that, drop that, drop that. And I think I used to have people that I played games with, but it's like, you know, you drift apart, and a lot of people are like, those are like personal friends or whatever that they're usually playing with. So it's too early. It's not too early. No, I don't want to move it. I want to go to sleep. You game. You game. Guys, you can't behave. Dot, dot, dot. That's right. If you can't behave, dot, dot, dot. Of course, dogs don't speak. As much as I wish they did. All right, we're continuing on. I think I hit everything in here. Getting dark. I might have aborted the mission too early. No, don't need cement right now. So yeah, we're good. We're good. Also, I do kind of like the idea in extraction shooters of being like one of the, what do they call them? Scavenger, vulture, where you're like, I would be probably just a solo player, but like rolling around, just ganking people, sneaking up and taking them out, stealing all their loot. And that's not like super, you know, sportsman-like. But that's what I like to do. I wanna be the guy that hides in the bush, and then like the last guy that gets all the loot, he's like standing there ready for extraction. He's waiting for it. Then I like snipe him, take him out, and steal all his loot and use his extraction or something. You know, like I don't know. Sounds underhanded. But like that's the game, you know. That's the game. Well, the way that the Division was supposed to be, I remember it being something, you know, like that. And then I think the Dark Zone was so easily like hacked. I think it was like people were hackers or something was happening. There was a big controversy, and like the way they had the internet set up for that kind of stuff. Ah, Sprinter! Wasn't ideal. Yeah, I don't remember what the controversy was, but I know there was some. I'm gonna not waste bullets. I'll try and be practical. A little bit more practical. Oh, and it was way too easy to like outgear other players in the Dark Zone. I remember that. And like SMGs were king. It was a big one. You didn't have an SMG with like the infinite, there's like an infinite bullets sort of thing that you could get. Wasn't very sportsmanlike for sure. I don't think I put the tent back into the emblem. That might be the tent that I'm using. There's what is that? Are those ankle weights? Those gibs that were stuck on its feet? What is that? Shoot leg warmers? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want the hardcore survival games to necessarily be like, I don't necessarily care about playing like a PvP version of it, of like these types of games. Extraction shooters being PvP isn't even something that I necessarily jive with. Like I just want to, I guess I'm okay with, I don't know. I guess I don't have a line for that, or a line that is crossed by that. Yeah, I don't know. PvP's fun. I think like I play enough multiplayer in COD that and like enough conquest style stuff in Battlefield game, but like Battlefield game. But like I just, I don't know, it feels like extraction shooters are like a PvE sort of thing. I don't know. I don't really you don't have to section them off, but I feel like it's easier to develop something if you have like a clear vision in mind, you know? I don't know. I guess I'm still on the fence, you know, as far as like how much I respect those types of things, you know? Yeah. Like the PvP aspect in a lot of games isn't as well seasoned as I would say that Call of Duty franchises become. And so you're not going to see a lot of refined like this. It wouldn't be much more than this, and I don't need much more than this. Like, I could just be another DayZ essentially, but I don't know. I think like if you have the space and the talent to do something unique and innovative, might as well give it a shot. And if you have to forsake other features or capabilities of the games to make that happen, then should, you know, why not do that too? Might as well get the best product you can. I think I have a can opener already. Did I not have a can opener this whole time? That would have been disappointing if I had gone to eat something and then I had not been able to. But it might be in here. No, it's not there. Yep, that would be very upsetting. Let's see, we stack 5 of water here. You sons of beastings. All right, well, okay, now we do have a can opener. I didn't know that we didn't have one before, but now I do. So there we are. Yeah, I think co-op would be fun. If I ever played games with people, like, I want to. I think I have at least one. Yeah, I think, yeah, it'll be fun. Honestly, anytime you can make something like more of a community thing, it's gonna be pretty good. So I'll go with 2 dry bags, but I'm gonna. I don't think I could fit much more in a bag. If it had 2 dry bags, like kind of with a bunch, like a good amount of stuff. Like there's full water bottles in there, so yeah. It's a little, we're straining credulity a little bit, but I will hold on to it for now. Where's my ambulance? Ambulance! I think I already looted that house. I am not entirely sure, but I think I did. Yeah, I don't mind. I will find ways to justify it if I have to. I'm trying to keep some of the spirit intact, you know? Some of the spirit of sportsmanship. I don't really need to kill these zombies. I don't know. I don't have a compass. Is this the south side of Elwood? Not Elwood. Garden something? Garden something? Yes, I know where I am. Okay. Tell me what city I'm in. Elwood. Yeah, okay, good. Elwood. Oh boy. Okay. So I kind of want to leave this for next week's stream, because this will be a little bit of a undertaking. This will take several hours, and I'm butting up against the end of stream time. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a quick save. I'm going to overwrite my previous quick save that I had from last night, you sons of bitches. I had a lot more stuff. But we're going to end the stream at normal time today. This is going to be... And there's an infestation? Okay. So, plenty to do on Wednesday. Oh my god. Okay. Well, Froop, if you liked the stream today, or at least if you liked what you saw, then feel free to like and subscribe for the next time, because I'll be doing this again on Wednesday. I have the zombies up, I think, 2.5 times what they are, or maybe 3. Their health is down a lot, though. Like, their health is quite a bit lower. It is gonna slow down my computer, though. But yeah, we'll handle all this on Wednesday. Just for shits and giggles. Oh no, I'm gonna die. All right, well, we'll do it on Wednesday. I think it'll be a fun undertaking. It'll be a little difficult, because that's a lot of meleeing. I definitely do not have the bullets to take all of those guys down, and that's a big town. It's not even the biggest one. Not even the biggest town. So we are going to take the subway. How do they do that if the subway doesn't work? Whatever. We're going to take the subway, try to get a little bit closer, but we're still heading west. West is the ultimate goal. It's always that big city by the sea. We want to just set up shop there, and that's where we want to live out the rest of our survivor life. So we can reach west, get a lot of gear on the way, kill some zombie hordes. We'll be good. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you, Froop. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you enjoyed what you saw. And hope to see you on Wednesday. Thank you, Cynical, as always, for lurking. You have a good day too, as well. I appreciate it. And if you're over on YouTube and you are chilling, oh my gosh, the music stopped. No one told me the music stopped. And you're chilling and you're lurking and whatever, then thank you also for stopping by. I appreciate it. Etc. etc. I'm Goose. Have a wonderful day. A wonderful rest of the day. Try not to get heat stroke, but do enjoy the sun if you can. It is hot. It's real hot. And I feel it. I feel it in my sweat glands. All right, have a good day. Thank you so much.